Last week I paid a visit to Rainham Marshes. The first thing of note I saw was this common buzzard. First stop was the Ken Barrett hide, which I had all to myself. Outside there were teal, a lot of teal, and even more teal. Although there was also this moorhen feeding, and a solitary mallard. This female teal was feeding along the edge of the island, while this male had a bit of a preen. Further out there was this shoveler feeding away. It was feeding by dabbling, then stopped for a scratch. The teal were dabbling too. Then this spy wagtail flew down. Running round, picking out insects from the dead vegetation. Then one of the teal started to call. He was heading for another island, where he chased away another male. I decided to move to the next hide and leave the teal to it. It's been unseasonably warm, as shown by these summer wildflowers growing next to some autumnal fungi. I bumped into Yvonne, volunteer and resident true bug expert, who pointed out this green shield bug. A robin was singing the whole time I spoke to her, which promptly flew off the moment I tried to film it. These commandatas in the cordite store were thankfully much more cooperative. I then headed to the Purfleet hide. But there wasn't much about, thanks to this digger that was doing works on the scrape. This little egret was sat in the reeds before it moved out to hunt for some food. A sparrowhawk briefly shot in front of the hide, and a few minutes later it came back and sat on this post. This crow was investigating the newly cleared scrape, and this Marsh Harrier started flying around at the far end of the scrape. It was clearly hunting for something to eat. And it did dive down when it saw something. but didn't come up with anything in its talons. Then we saw it dive down a second time. But again it seemed to come up empty-handed. I then headed down to the Marshland Discovery Zone, where Little Grebe was hunting in front of the reeds. Here I watched it for at least half an hour. It was repeatedly diving, but most of the time seemed to not come up with much. At one point its hunting got interrupted by this feeding coot. I stood there enjoying watching it hunt. Then it came up with a fish. Looks like it's a 10-spined stickleback. I also filmed some footage at 240 frames a second, so you can really see what happens when they emerge. I love how they re-fluff up once they hit the surface. But I had to do a school run that day, so I had to leave the Little Grebe to it. So, after a quick pit stop in the Purfleet Hide to see this snipe, I headed home after a good day out.